Okay, so quickly we tried to make this recording. We made a recording already this morning, but we're trying to speak to you and so you can hear what we have to say, because it's kind of like hard to write. See, the zipper has a lot more on it. I hope this recording is working here. But we wanted to tell you some things really quickly. You know, we're from over here. Okay, Joni's real name was Hannah, Yohanna in Arabic, and Johanna, and somebody just said Hannah. And you could see that I thought she was, you know, one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I told she was like Miri to me. Doda Ima Nasika Miri Beneri. You know, the Persian violinist who was from Persia and also Israeli. You've seen her, right? Kobe's wife. Abadod Nasik Ben Dod, Kobe's wife, who they murdered too. Somebody when the bad American government murdered her. That's why they drew her photographs a certain way so nobody could Photoshop anything into her or with her. Somebody said it. And so, you know, she would always take up for me, and so did Hannah, also known Joanna, also known as Joni, and so we want to let you know that too. And so we tell you that James was from over here. You know, Miss James Ingram. Yes, he was. You could look at his photographs. And they try to Photoshop other things into me. I think you see what's that man that's a comedian? They murdered him too, so he's not running for president. He was hurt in Switzerland too, and his wife on the same day. They murdered. He made that video about the ISIS. He made fun of them. You can see that he's photoshopped into James. James didn't look like that, but you can see where they tried to make James's hair nappy, kind of like he still looks like he's from over here. So we're gonna tell you now James's real name. Yakub, Yaakov Khashoggi. He was Khashoggi. And his brother Philip, his name, I called him Peepa. I called him Phoebus. His name was Phoebus, and quite long. Peep. He was James's brother. You can tell he's from over here too. You look at that. Okay, so now we're from over here, and James cried a lot, and he because he thought maybe he should stay over here, you know. But the bad Americans were trying to kill us all, so he was a Khashoggi that was sent over there. That's said along with us. You know, we're Rothschild Khashoggi. As I said, not Khashoggi was a Jew. Okay, I called Philippa Phoebe. They're nicknames, but his name was Phoebus, Philibus. That's Arabic. Okay, so he was from over here. So, and there were other and people that were from up here too. The group, the DeBarges. Okay, they weren't from over there, and they weren't Spanish. Okay, you can see some of the people that look Israeli. Okay, well, that's true. And the original Rick James, he died before I ever saw him. He had a problem with his hair; it was straight. So now you see the one that you saw. That's not the real Rick. We have one picture of the real Rick James. He died before you could see him. And that kidnapper showed up. Dr. Kid Winraj trying to take his identity. We chased him away. But the real, he's getting death threats, the real Rick James. He had straight hair. And so said, and he braided it. And so, but he was from over here. Okay, so bad Americans killed our people. You know, started wars and chased our people that had money and then tried to kill and take things. So that's all we want to say to you. So James died a long time ago. He didn't just die. He died a long time ago. He was still young. And everybody was screaming. You know, they told him to go out there. He died a long time ago. And King Ark of Egypt, we tried to get a picture, but him and King Ark of Egypt, they got in, they took up on the day that they took a picture, they were fighting. Jackie had already done something, not his real name. And somebody said something happened to him. And we showed up because we had word that they were going to try to do something to him, and they told us too. And we showed up, and it was really wrong what they tried to do. And we have two pictures of them, but we know the one picture that they tried to replace them. There was a man who tried to take the identity of King Ark of Egypt. And actually himself, some critical criminal from America, but he obviously, and he didn't have that. He couldn't have possibly had the same name as a travel name as King Ark of Egypt. So he probably passed something off that he had later. To try to pass him off as King Ark of Egypt, offspring or family, whatever. But it's just not true. The man was caught. There was pictures of that man from a long time ago. And somebody said, but the pictures we have of King Ark of Egypt, they're distorted. And the one you could tell that they put something in the place of James and him, basically. Because they had planned to do. King Ark of Egypt didn't look like that, and James certainly looked like that. You see James, you have really good pictures of him. He really was quite Saudi looking, and we want to let you know that too. And you can see his brother Philip. And somebody said not his real name, not their real names, James or Philip. So basically that's it, and let you know that too again. Now basically that's it. Oh, wanted to tell you about Erica. Okay, Erica, aka Harley. Harley Quinn, because it was with an imposter Charles and Fake Mo, and Fake Mo, who was actually, he called himself, not actually, called himself Quentin Dean, and he tried to take over the house in Morocco. And the king never had any birth son. He only had one birth daughter, and he adopted me and made me his daughter. My beloved son, King Shabbat, and I were his blood niece and nephew. And the star you see on his flag is the star of King Solomon. So because he only had one birth child, and he only had one wife. And he has talked about his two daughters would be the daughters of the wives of kings, as I said, and they killed his birth daughter and killed the man she was married to, who would be the next king of Belgium. And they died during a kidnap abduction because the people you were telling you about killed them, and Pastor Charles and fake Monishi, who was also fake. She wasn't either. Somebody said that, let you know that too. And so now basically that's it. They Everybody saw that Erica was really Erica, aka Harley, had it really bad, and talked about killing people all the time, like and Pastor Charles, when he was caught and trying to take over a house, and they knew that he couldn't have been from the family, because he was like trying to kill him. He ended up killing him. He killed Abba King Carl Gustaf of Sweden. He wasn't from there. That wasn't he always thought that Victoria and Apostle Charles would kill him. They were thrown out of the away from them. They weren't part of that house. Um, the criminal people try to do that, fake, to try to kill you. So, but everybody knew that he didn't have, and when he had daughters, they saw Victoria, and our Daniel was Victoria's husband. He was actually part of a law frat, and he was from the Romanoff family. So that makes sense to you than some lawyer. And somebody said, and he was a doctor actually. So, and he kind of like my husband, but and he had blue eyes. So we just want to let you know that too. And he was Jewish. And so, and Pastor Charles killed Victoria and our relative Daniel, who was actually her husband. So we just want to let you know that too. So our uncle dad, King Carl Gustav, had given a party and told everybody in the line succession, me and my beloved we were little kids, and that we were from the Middle East. So and Pastor Charles and Beyonce showed up, trying to crash the party, and trying to tell us, but he never had any birth son, and they knew that something was wrong. That when he showed up, and he was always threatening to kill him. So Erica did the same thing, aka Harley, and everybody knew and Pastor Charles had a Harlequin. He was into Harlequins, and to test this, everybody said, well, maybe it was Pastor Charles her, and what's her name? What's that woman's name that had her? The drug addict, Richie, Nicole Richie, that perhaps they were abusing her or whatever. But she was the size of a 3-year-old, but kind of chubby, having little kids. She never ever they dwarfed her. Okay, but it, and so, but everybody tested that, and she was the one who committed all those murders. She did that, persisted, and because she was trying to kill for Imposter Charles, who was actually her dad and actually her man, persisted, and she was. We told you what they told God when we went up on high, when we ascended. The rabbi can do that too. So basically, want to let you know that too. Hi, Rabbi, and so basically, so that's what happened, and so she really was something really wrong. A harlequin is a devil type thing. And somebody said so. And Ricky could never get rid of the how that came. And somebody said, and so but it was caught. We told you that. Somebody said so. It was fake, and it was old. Like the man downstairs that's really crooked and wicked. He comes in, he slams the doors all the time. And I heard they try to grab this latch on the door to try to see if we can get in. And we know that it's that man. But he did all those terrible things. Somebody said, and he kept me from matzah. You see what I'm saying? That's a devil. So we want to listen to that too, and he was lunging at me, and he telling people that I was fake and I wasn't real. He did that. He told people things like that. So we just want to let you that too. So now so we're going to write these things if we can, and basically so we want to tell you that there James and everybody was from over here, and now this recording might be jumping around. I hope not. And Erica was a devil. With Imposter Charles, she and it was actually her father, which everybody suspected that she was just trying to get rid of us and trying to kill us, trying to take our things. Her and Ellie admitted that. and also that they tried to kill me and my beloved husband, kill me. Like they admitted they tried to kill me and my beloved husband, and tried to kill our family members and kids, people, since people, and tried to take our things. You know, this is the end of time for all bad things. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about the end times, and the people are talking about something other what we talk about, if they're not of our faith, it means the end of time for all bad things. Because if you're good, you're not going to worry about it. You're going to be quite happy. But that's it. You're going to be extremely ecstatic. And so now we know that's a bad thing. And so everybody saw that it turned out that the so-called little kid that really was a little kid, how could it stay a little kid so long? Because they kept it, and basically it, and it wasn't a little kid. It's a bit older. But little kids don't talk about somebody all the time unless there's something wrong. It wasn't a little kid. And so they caught it trying to kill me. When it tried to say that I had committed all those murders, I had killed everybody, and that I heard things like that. And I know that who's that coming from? Everybody doesn't do stuff like that. God, I'm gentle, the most beautiful and kind woman that ever lived. I love that from God. I love the approval of God. So basically, we're just going to tell that too. And approval of my beloved husband came up Luke chapter Shabbos King Melech Maluk Shabbos Shabbos my beloved husband. And I love the approval of my beloved family, and this is it. And kin people, citizens people. And so quickly, we'll see if there's 20. And so we talk about when we ascended and went on high. Ellie and Erica said they had been there for months. Basically, they had been there for months. Basically, it seemed like months, not just weeks. The weeks they were waiting for the ascension. God was, so God can tell us what happened, what they'd actually done. You know, when they thought they were going to go away and come back to Earth, because Erica, don't you remember? He said we were in a car and all of a sudden went black, and then we were here. Then she had a frightened look on her face, and then he told her, don't you know that they had, Erica and Ellie, you know, they told each other that they had died. She told Erica they had died, and she said, well, what about us? Because she saw us, and he said, no, they came another way. They ascended. She got panicky look on her face, and she tried to run away, and God asked Erica and Ellie, where you going? And he told them they were dead. He told Ellie and Erica that they were dead. And then God gave us our orders. God to stay across by the threshold by God, and don't cross the threshold to go out where the angels are to come back to come back to earth until Erica and Ellie were sentenced to hell and taken away. They don't come back. Erica doesn't come back. It was really bad, and so he doesn't let that too. So Erica, aka Harley. And so, you know, we told you the devils and the demons. The devils don't come back. The devils that fell from heaven, there's no way for them to change. They do even more wicked things, and then they leave. There's no way for them to repent and change. Just like, you know, the Catholics may have told a lie, but you know, they're really bad. They're not going to come back either. You don't worship any other God but our God, and you can't change. You can't convert a Catholic. We're not Catholic. You can't convert a Jew. Something you can't convert a Jew. So, and we know that, and we're quite pleased with that. And God doesn't like the Christian people and what they believe and what they do. And the Catholics, God doesn't. And God loves me and my beloved husband came out to Shabbos feet for eternity. God loves us and God approves. Now, but it said, and our God doesn't like pagan anything. We're not the pagans. We're the good people. So people are trying to keep us from matzah. They try to keep us from the devil man downstairs. And all they talk about is serving that other thing, it's not our God. Because people that did that talk to the wall and arrest, they're going to hell. Don't you know that? Because matzah is for all time. The Passover, it's for all time. We're to thank our God for what our God gave to us. It's forever. That means forever. We live forever. So we can always do Pesach Sheni. And God sees what they did. You remember the bad Pharaoh? He left when he tried to keep us from worshiping our God. Do you know that obviously you can see that Egypt also mixed with Israel. If Moses could pass himself off as an Egyptian, do you see how close that was? And so, you know, and basically said, so we just know that our house is always of Egypt always mixed with Israel and with Hebrew ever since, especially before the time of Daniel, remember, and after and when we had Exodus. You know, so the book of Daniel shows how we mixed and Exodus before that. So we just like that too. Even though Pharaoh tried the bad Pharaoh, even because the book of Daniel was before the book of with Joseph in it, with Joseph when he went down into Egypt and what happened? when his brothers did that, and everybody went for the famine. Okay, so not anything different. It's not anything new. It didn't happen after Exodus. It was before Exodus, and then after. There's only one bad Pharaoh. Do you understand what we're telling you? So okay, because Daniel had a title. The king of the Pharaoh really loved Daniel. So so we just looked at two. And okay, so even the children that Daniel had of someone from Pharaoh's court, that were part Egyptian. You see, I'm part Egyptian. My birth mother was part Egyptian. My grandmother was a royal Egyptian Jew. And so we just let you know that too. I'm part Persian. And all the things we told you. Erica wasn't anything. Just the devil. It's really sad because of what happened. But if I hadn't put the names on the sheet, they wouldn't have been able to catch it this quickly. I'm a really nice person. And so I'm glad that I'm a really nice person and a really good person. Okay, so now I hope you got this recording, because I've been moving this phone around a little bit. We just want to get you this information. And so we'll talk as we can. And try to be as careful, safe, and on alert. And Chag Samaech. Happy Passover. And Shabbat Shalom. Oh, the man here didn't know what he had done, if it was the rabbi or not. He heard Greek music. It was in Greece that we called. And the rabbi was a family member of King Hussein. We were here for a party. And the man, when he was had been arrested for child molestation, he tried to molest my husband and me, and tried to rape us. And one of the things he went away for, because he killed our brother. He killed our brother. And so it said, Mark Regev, he admitted that. There was gun residue on his hands, and there was gun residue on Mark's wound. The gunpowder. And so we just let that too. So to make a long story short, the man was being arrested for child molestation. We called the police. We got the police. The man keeps trying to do stuff. He grabs us and everything. He got caught exposed, and the police saw. Then on his way out, he molested a little child in a diaper. The police were really livid, and basically said, and the man was taken away. Then when he left, when he got out of jail, he came here. We were having a party, and so basically said, and the rabbi is also related to our relative King Hussein. He's related to us, and so when he came, he got in here some kind of way, and he attacked the rabbi's wife. He raped her, and then she was frightened to tell anybody, and because the man had threatened to kill everybody. He had been doing that anyway. And King Hussein had put him out in here, and so when we went to the main house, it's really big. When she must have felt safer, because when we got inside, she broke down and she started crying, and she told what the man had done to her. And King Hussein said, "Call the police, call out the guards." And our Abadot King Hussein was murdered in the airport, and we know it's that man, the fake man, the real husband of Violet. Because you see, when we were kidnapped, he admitted he had done all those terrible things. He tried to throw us out the window here. He went to jail for some things. But you see, when he came in the resurrection, and he came with that suit, with that army suit on, and it was a Nazi Germany suit with the identification marks missing. He was in a pauper's grave, and he started immediately with the bad Americans, start trying to do stuff to us. So we just want to let you know that too. And I find it quite strange when I talk to him, and I say, I can't believe this man is talking to me like he never did anything to us. That's all we're trying to say to you. Okay, we're going to write, and we just wanted to let you know James's real name and Pope's real name, and how they killed the real Rick James. He had straight hair, and he was handsome. So we just wanted to let you know. He was from over here. And so now we'll talk to you since we can. And the people the kidnappers, like the Jacksons, those people, Michael Jackson was the son of Dr. Bruno Mars, and they just switched it around and made Michael Jackson older and Dr. Bruno Mars younger, but it wasn't the case. Okay, and he tried to that's something with the killing the real Rick James and trying to kill us as well, because they were American government, Bush and Nazi Germany. And so we just want to let you know that too. Now try to be careful, stay alert, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can. And Chag Samaech, happy Passover, and Shabbat Shalom.